What is up, YouTube? So today we are doing another coaching. I haven't done this in a while. I've needed to do this video for a very long time, and I put it off, and I'm finally getting around to it. So this is going to be Thor. This is pre the newest patches, obviously a little bit older. You still learn a lot, and I can compare it to the newer patch and try to teach some things. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Don't pay attention to the quality. The quality is irrelevant. This is streamed. This is someone else's stream that I'm watching. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. We'll skip ahead. Get as far into. Obviously, you can see red pots still in the game. All that stuff's pretty irrelevant because I'm just trying to teach this person and teach you guys what you can do better. That's really all that matters. So right off the start, a lot of people don't go to solo lane anymore. They just, as a jungler, they don't go to solo lane. I still like to go to solo lane. I think it's better, but you don't have to. So remember, you can always go and do mid camps, help out in mid wave, and then you can either go to left mid camps to right, or you can fight at the fire creeps. That's always your choice. Pretty much do whatever you want to do. Poseidon did not go to mids, which is kind of weird. He should have gone straight to mids. So whenever you out clear the other team, it looked like his mid even out cleared. But as a jungle solo, whenever you out clear the other team, you get the fire creeps and you're already rotating the mids. You either look to fight when that jungler passed through the mid camps and you take the win there, or you and your Poseidon blow up the mid camps, go back to mid lane. Now it's very weird the way this is working out because Thanatos didn't go to mids and walked right past the Thor. Obviously, he's going for the kill. Fighting versus a Thanatos as a Thor. Now, obviously, red pot is gone. At this point in time, was very bad. You're never gonna have, at least for a while, until they bring red pot back. You're not really gonna have to worry about the Thanatos. Okay, so this is something. This is minor, but it can teach you a lot. You guys saw the Poseidon got stunned by Isis, and the Thanatos walked up to guarantee his scythe. If I was that Thor, I would have stepped in front of the Poseidon and ate the scythe, and then it wouldn't even have been close. You wouldn't have had Aegis. Most people wouldn't have had Aegis. The Poseidon would have lived for sure. Now the Poseidon going back in is really, really fucking sketchy. But yeah, that's something you can always do. Just because you aren't playing with the Poseidon. Oh, okay. I thought the Poseidon just got sniped. Just because you aren't playing with the player doesn't mean you can't step up and play as a teammate. If that was me and I'm playing to win the game, I'm eating that scythe. You have 2 more health pots he could pop. He really should be popping it as it is, just to get to full, so he doesn't die. Is he gonna die to creeps? Oh my gosh. So yeah, like I said, I would have eaten the scythe. That Poseidon really should have backed. They could have reset. They're gonna be in a really weird predicament here. They're just getting out pushed really hard. So we're gonna talk about this. As a mid jungle combo, Isis Thanatos has kill potential. The Isis has push potential, and if they put out the pressure, they can obviously have the clear potential. But the Poseidon and the Thor had the positioning and everything to begin with, so they should have just taken the clear and then gone to back camps. Taken the clear and gone to the other back camps. You don't have to get mids. Obviously, you're going to put yourself behind, but nobody was doing mids right there. They should have gone and done something else rather than sitting on the tower. That's very, very bad. Plus, the Thor would have healed off of back camps. The Poseidon, if he has Vamp Shroud, might have healed off of back camps. There's a lot more you could have done than just sit still. Don't ever just stand there. If you're just standing there, you're gonna lose. You're definitely gonna lose the early game. You're probably gonna lose the entire game. So let's go ahead and skip a little bit ahead and see where we end up. Poseidon once again is getting pressured by the Thanatos. Realistically, that Poseidon is super squishy, and the Thanatos is playing it right. Especially with the lead that he has. He's a 5. Thor just hit 4. He's over a full level ahead of the Thor. Mid camps are up. Fire cramps are up. This is a huge, huge lead, or not lead, a huge gain that you make off getting the fire creeps. Poseidon not rotating is very, very bad for the Thor. Poseidon could have shared those camps, could have shared mids, and then they could have got the mid wave, which probably would have been pushed into tower, but they wouldn't have missed many creeps. Would have gained more XP overall. Right now, this is horrible. This is, as a jungler, there's nothing you can do, really, other than tell your mid to get his ass over here. You guys got to speak up and talk beforehand. You can't assume someone's going to be there. You can't assume they know what to do. You need to tell them, hey, I'm going here. You need to be here. And then when you get there, they can also be there. Not you get there and then you say, hey, you should have been over here. if you really want someone to do better, you tell them what you're doing and you suggest or ask, hey, can you come over here? When I'm doing scrims and I want to invade speed, I'm like, hey guys, speed's up in 30 seconds. Can we be there? And then I want to be there. I'm gonna be there. Let's take it. And if someone's like no, then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna do it, and maybe I still am. It just you learn more, you can judge more, you put yourself in a better position when you talk. Obviously, if your teammates aren't talking, it sucks, but you can at least say it, let them know. Use VGS, gank left lane, or come left lane, or whatever you need to do. Just tell them, like, group up, come with me. There is things you can do to make it a lot better on yourself. So right now the Thor is just farming, and this is really good when you're playing against Thanatos. If Thanatos doesn't get a lead early, he doesn't full fall off. You can still play him, but if you can maintain even or a lead and he doesn't snowball, the game is so much easier for you. It's just a much easier game. I'm gonna skip a little bit. He got wards, which is good. I hope he places them deep. If I'm the jungler right here, especially in the new meta, and I'm playing against a Thanatos with that global, mini global ult, whatever, I want to know where the Thanatos is before he's ganking. Because if a Thanatos gets into a lane, he's going to insta-kill somebody. That's how Thanatos works. So you want to ward red buff, speed buff, really deep areas, and just play off of that. Okay, so this is horrible. This is very, very bad. Okay. Oh, this was a horrible play by the Thor. So you guys saw the Thanatos path under the mid camps, right in front of the Thor. First off, Thor didn't poke. Obviously, it could have been sketchy. Had he used his stun and hammer throw, the Thanatos could have turned on him, and it would have been risky. So not using the hammer throw, very good. But look where his duo lane is. They're almost up to the tower. They are at the tower now. At that point in time, they were almost up there. He really should have started spamming retreat right lane, which he said once, but he should have spammed it. He should have stunned the Thanatos off, so he was stuck and had to go back towards the mid lane, or just stood still or turned on the Thor. If he turned on him, he could have just hammered through out. But right now, if I'm the other team's jungler, if I'm that Thanatos, I'm ulting, I'm going all in that duo lane. I'm going to kill the Medusa instantly. Like, they're so deep, and the Isis is already heading over. That's what he should be doing. Now, based on what Thor did, he let the Thanatos go. He should have followed him. He should have been right behind the Thanatos, ulting from Gold Fury, and turning the fight. That's what he should have been looking to do. And this Poseidon should have been rotating. Poseidon's had enough to ult. Now that duo lane should be in trouble. If his duo lane pulls this off, then that's his duo lane. Yeah, see, his duo lane, I think his Kumba just mezzed all three of them, and the Medusa dashed out. Medusa hasn't even ulted. So let's look past the fact that the duo lane made a play and the other team fucked up. In a real situation, that Thanatos is getting a single or a double kill, especially with a Khepri. I do like this positioning from the Thor ult. This is one of the better plays and better positionings that you can get. Should be a free kill. Okay, if he can land an auto. All right, cool. So that positioning that he just used from behind the mid lane, obviously if you have sound, you might be able to hear it from there. I'm not sure, but 100% he's not going to see the Thor go in the air. That's the best thing. Back in the day when Thor was like the almighty jungler, that was a very common thing that a lot of players did. They would loop around by the red buff and ult from there into mid lane. For one, it's harder to hear the Thor go up in the air. For two, the mid is looking straight forward down the lane, and in most cases in the lower end bracket, they're tunnel visioned on their mid and they want to fight him. Like that Isis, he played up to fight him. He had no idea the Thor was coming in. No clue. So there was no chance of juking. There was no chance of pre-actively using actives or dropping his ult or anything. So that was very good positioning for the Thor ult. The farming is good. I really wish those wards he had placed were deeper in the speed and red. He could look to invade more. Invading on a Thanatos. Once again, Thanatos falls behind, the game's over. Unless he gets completely backpacked, the game's completely over. That way you also have timer on buff, so you know when they all go to speed. You can go to gold. You can invade the red side. There's just a lot more you can do when you have that vision than with the vision he has right now. The vision he has right now is like, hey, they're pathing through mid lane. That's all it tells him. I'm going to go ahead and skip a little bit ahead because it looks like he's going to do blue and probably back here. Oh, he's staying. Okay, he should have backed instantly. He's so low on mana. Okay, fire creeps are up. That's good. Never mind. That's a good call. Getting fire creeps, and then I'm backing. I'm letting my mid die because I don't have the mana to really save him or do anything. Yeah, he's backing. That's good. That mid guy should be dead. Oh, he aegis. Oh, he turned it. Woo! Hopaz 09 just made a play. He got lucky, but Thor made a right call by backing and just getting his mana and being prepared for the next fight. Poseidon just happened to make a play, which is good. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit. Poseidon died. The Poseidon overstayed after making a play. Should have backed out. Okay, so right here, this is something a lot of people don't do. I'm going to pause it real quick. The second you are ganking somebody and you're going in knowing you're going to take a lot of damage, pop your health pot, man. Pop your health pot. I hear so many times the low players come in my YouTube channel or my stream and they're like, why is he using pots so much? Bitch, if your health is topped off, rather than starting that health pot at 50%, you're going to get more health out of it. Think about how that works. Your health pot is already ticking, topping you off. So any little bit of damage from creeps or something he took, he regened a little bit right away. Rather than starting at 50% and hoping it heals you enough to stay up. You get more health. The longer you're alive, the more the health pot can tick, right? So that way, the more it ticks, the more health you have. So start that health pot the second you take damage, not when you get low. In the middle of a fight, you need to be able to pop a health pot or a mana pot. It literally will win fights for you. Wasting a 50 gold health pot to guarantee you a kill is worth it. Just so you know, the XP and gold you get from it is worth it. You need to learn to do that. If you don't understand how the math behind that works, then you really probably shouldn't be playing a MOBA like Smite because it's very simple. The more duration you get out of a health pot, the more health it's going to give you. It's that simple. I'm ranting on it because you'd be amazed by how many people say something about it. Why did you pop your health pot at full health or almost full health? That's the point. I'm about to fight. I want my health topped off. I don't want to be at 50% health. So right now, he could have got some ticks. Obviously, it wouldn't heal him to full, but he could have got ticks out of it. He should still get the kill. Oh my gosh, he might die to creeps. Oh my gosh, Ice is making plays. Oh my gosh. Oh, he lived. Okay, so think about it. He had a health pot taken there. He would have never got down to 30 health. He would have been at 150, 200 health if he had started that health pot the second he took some damage. Just think about it. It's really, really good. It's a very good use of health pots. I'm pretty sure you just had to hammer throw out because Thanatos was coming. That was a good call. You didn't die. Skipping ahead a little bit. Oh, let's go back because they're about to have a fight right here. It's a questionable Thanatos ult. I guess he was afraid of the Kumba rotation. Oh, he lived. The peels. Oh, he died. I like how he didn't try to ult in here. That's very good from the Thor. They're also waiting. He should ult right now. He should ult. He should be in the air. He should have already been in the air. Should have already been in there a long time ago. You rushed everything right there. We're gonna. Okay. Okay, that was terrible. When someone starts juking, especially when you're in a Thor ult or a global ult, or you have a stun that's like, this is where I need to target. People usually juke in patterns. They'll go left to right, left to right. If they're running from you, they'll always juke right or left. It's just their nature. They're not gonna mix it up. Most people, like 99% of people, especially in MOBAs, they have a juking pattern. So when you go up in the air and the person realizes you're up in there on a Thor ult, they're gonna start juking. And they're gonna do the same shit every single time. So pay attention, take your time, read what they're doing, and ult based on that. Every player has a pattern. Pro players have patterns. Granted, most good pro players will change it up mid-game. They'll realize, hey, I'm doing this, and they're figuring it out. I need to do something different. Everybody has a pattern. It's just reaction. When you're doing something reactionary, you don't have time to think about how you're going to do it. So you just do it the way you're normally going to do it. So right there, he missed Thor ult because he rushed the shit out of it. He started spinning when he missed his Thor ult, which was horrible because he didn't land the Thor ult. There was nobody to fucking spin on. He could have stunned and used his one and gotten a double kill right when he realized he missed his ult. So he still had potential. And then he could have poked with his spin on the other people. You really need to take your time and read people rather than freaking out just because you missed an ult. It's okay if you miss an ability. Missing the ult is not the big problem there. It was the way he reacted afterwards because, like I said, they're going to juke in the ult and then they're also going to juke after the ult. But the fact that you missed 4 abilities is going to lose you a team fight. That can't happen. It's bad to you shouldn't stress about it, but that is, if I'm in a pro game and I miss all my abilities, my team's probably going to lose a team fight, and it is going to be on me. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit here. We ranted about it. Looks like they're taking a speed buff. Yeah, I'd have run straight to that shit. Oh, that was... Okay, we're gonna talk about this. When someone's on your speed buff, unless they have Hog, you can always steal it. You can step on Thanatos. He could have stepped in between the buff and the Thanatos and eaten the scythe, so the Thanatos would have no way to burst it, and then he could have spun or bursted it with his one and gotten out. Second thing he could have done, the Chunga walked in, and he actually had a perfect line with the speed buff, the Thanatos, and the Chunga. He could have stunned all three and hammered through, and he would have gotten it. Definitely. That's something to think about when you're securing a buff. You stare at that health buff. Now, if you're trying to get it back, you don't worry about the Thanatos. You worry about the health the buff is at. That's very important. Now it looks like they're even, which is like it's good because they're behind. They did get first blood. There's no objectives taken yet. That last fight should have been theirs though. They had a really good fight. Poseidon died, but he got off his full ability rotation, and everyone was low. They really should have won that fight. They also seem to have an XP lead, which is huge. Poseidon has no ult here. It's really questionable to fight this. Actually, Bologna's rotating. It's not questionable. Yeah, you really need to. I don't know if it's your sensitivity or what, but your ults aren't really close. And when you move, you're not gliding, you're jumping. In a Thor ult, you can't jump back and forth. Like, I'm literally like if I see it, I'm jumping back and forth. You can't hop back and forth to places. You need to slow glide. And that way, when you get to the point, instantly click. It's not jump here, ult. It's slide, 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 perfect jump or perfect ult. Like you just kind of glide your cursor over or whatever. On PC, it's your cursor. In console, you kind of just glide your joystick over. You can't hop around like that. You're not going to consistently land Thor ults in that way. It's just not going to happen. He is doing a very good job of splitting camps, and that's one reason they're gold. Now he is. Before, the mid wasn't really helping him out, but he's getting to all the camps and splitting with people, aside from the mid who doesn't leave that mid lane. I'm not sure I'm going to go teleport in this game, simply because of the way the fights are working. Usually when you're Thor and you go teleport, it's because you're initiating the fights, and that way you initiate, you full combo, you get low, take half your health, whatever, and you back out, back to base, you like hammer throw out or run away, back to base, and you teleport in. Granted, this teleport might come into something now. It's not really coming into major use. They already won this fight, so the teleport's pretty worthless. If I'm that Isis on the other team, I'm splitting mid. If I'm them right here, the other team got gold. I didn't realize that. The other team got gold theory. That's bad. Anyway, they won the fight. You should push right. Objectives. Push right. They shouldn't be afraid here. They should have been pushing already. They should have been playing up. This is now turned very, very bad. They really didn't get anything off the team fight, which sucks. Thor, honestly, he didn't do anything. He could have gone middle and pushed out middle and kept the Isis there, or taken more mid pressure off of them, off of his team. Go ahead and skip ahead and see what ends up happening. You really should back, and that Poseidon should not be doing a speed buff, but whatever. Beside the points. Isn't backed, and he has a lot of gold. So at 15 minutes, this is a rank 2 item. That's a lot of damage for the next team fight. He really needs to get that online before forcing a fight. And right now, he is forcing a fight. He is looking to start the fight. The other team has not started it. Granted, Poseidon is out of position as shit because they're trying to fight. That is a really good double tap, though, off of the knockup. The 1-for-1, he needs to back and buy really badly. Oh, whoop, I had to jump back. Looks like Medusa rotated in here and got a kill somehow. Oh my god. Oh, he ate the ult. That was horrible. What? Oh, that Isis, bro. Alright, he should back now. He really needs to buy. Back! You need a back. I understand there's so much farm, but if they force a good fight, like, there is times when it's okay to give up a little bit of farm just to guarantee that you're ready for that next fight. Granted, he's getting a shit ton of farm off of this, and he has 3 levels on the Thanatos, but I'd be so... I don't think they have timer on gold. If they do, better for them, but if they don't, I'm wanting that item before that gold spawns. Skipping ahead. That's a really deep ult, and yeah, he's not going to be in range. Doesn't say that's not even close. Go on the Isis. He should go right for... Nice. See, that was perfect. That was very good. He used a peel. You got the double stun, double tap. Well, I don't know if you got the double tap, but he got the double stun into the double tap on the Isis. It's a really good bait and go. They kind of went in and then backed out and then went in again, which is perfect. Isis wasted ult. They're getting a lot of heal. That's another thing in this game. Okay, so your Thor You have a Kumba on your team. Your Kumba has to have Blink to be relevant. He's also probably got a Heavenly, because that's what most supports go in lane. As the Thor in this game, you or the Bellona are getting the Weakening Curse. They have a Chunga and an Isis. Chunga is sustained healing, not burst healing. The Isis is burst healing. So it would be better to have 2 Weakenings to make sure that Isis ult never heals anybody. And also for the Chunga in the team fight. I would have gotten Weakening over Teleport in this game, 100%. Because that's more of the team. It's more like I want to win this team fight rather than I want to make sure I do well and am hopefully the one who like. The Teleport is more like I'm going to do a lot of damage, I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to carry. I'm going to clean up and I'm going to carry the game. Kind of what Teleport does. The Weakening is going to guarantee your team gets to do everything they need to do and you sustain and win the team fight the first time around rather than going in and out as Thor. 2 different play styles, but with the healing, it's safer to get the Weakening Curse in my opinion. He needs to hammer throw the fuck out. He needs to get out. To give up the tower and get out. Tower's gone. It's lost. Just back. This is so risky. The Thanatos is going to be back soon. Yeah, they got tower. He needs to just get the fuck out. He died? Oh, Thanatos can't see? See? I told you, man. You gotta pay attention to those timers. They killed the Thanatos like a minute ago. Minute and a half ago. You cannot wait around for no reason. He didn't gain anything out of standing on that tower. It's okay to give up an objective once it's lost. You can't do anything about it once it's lost. You don't want to, but you gotta get over it. That's how MOBAs work. Yeah, we got a good rotation in the duo lane. Good weight on the ults. Really poor use of the hammer throw in my opinion, especially knowing they have a Khepri. If I'm him there, I'm spinning, I'm autoing, and then I'm spinning on the Huyi who has no leap. As soon as the Khepri ult goes off, I'm waiting for the Khepri ult to fall off. I'm not killing him. I'm waiting for the Khepri ult to fall off, and then I'm using my hammer stun, or my stun and my hammer throw. Pretty straightforward. The rotation of abilities there for Thor was very, very poor. He tried to backpedal, which was weird. It just wasn't good. You don't have to hammer throw out of your ult every time. There's optimal rotations of abilities, but they're only optimal in the right situations. Pulling the Gold Fury right there and losing half his health was also very bad. He needs to be buying more counter wards than regular wards at this point. They're 20 minutes into the game. They have 0 counter wards on the entire map. Those regular wards aren't going to do as much because it's not ganking now. It's more so team fighting. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead. They have Fire Giant warded rather than Gold Fury when Gold Fury is more likely to be done right now, which was also very bad. See, they're on Gold Fury. This is a good ult potential. They stole the Gold Fury, which is huge. Their team should be going in. That's a good ult. Bad combo of abilities once again. Really have to stop trying to do the stun, hammer, throw, spin. You don't have to do that rotation. That's not like the end-all be-all rotation. Just so everyone knows. You do not have to do that rotation on Thor. It's okay to auto attack. It's okay to just spin. It's okay to just hammer throw. You don't have to do all that shit. They did get a tower off of this, which is good. I'm trying to see what else they could do. If I'm them, I'm pushing left probably out of this and keeping my Medusa on right and just allow him to take the 1v1. They're going to back though, take the farm. He's in a good position here to ult, even though if they dive hard enough. I don't know if he's not going to help. Okay. Second. I'm really confused about the use of abilities. It worked out mainly because his team did work there, but Thor should have been in the air earlier. Shouldn't have hammered through into the fight. Ult. See, I'm ulting. I'm chasing that dude. I'm ulting. Mid tower is gone already. It's not relevant. It's not getting tier 2. It's an Isis. There's no way. Side indeed up left. I would have chased that Ho Yi and then I would have gone and pushed right lane. That would have been the ideal call out of this. Right now they're looking for buffs. He's He needs to get out. He could die if Poseidon does not save his buff. Okay, Poseidon saved. Yeah, just back up. Back the fuck up. Well, right now on Thor, he's just rushing everything. Everything he does is rush. It's not thought out. Really, when you're doing buffs and you're staring at another lane that's getting ganked or you're doing something, you need to think about what you're going to do while you're doing whatever you're doing. So he's doing red there. He should have been like, okay, I should probably ult. I'm going to look to ult on to this person. I'm going to look to do this to this person. Like, it's just planning ahead, especially on a god like Thor, is going to make it easier on you. Obviously, the whole game can't be planned. There's a lot of reaction. But currently, his reactions are really not the correct reaction. See, he's kind of just freaking out whenever anything happens, which is really bad. Um, you're ahead for one. You're pretty big for two. You're 5-2-5. You can't play scared and all over the place like this. You'll never carry or control a game if you don't have your head just kind of chilled out. There's no reason to freak out either, because you're. Yeah, so you. This looks like tilt almost to me. Like complete tilt. You don't have to. I don't know. You don't have to freak out just because things aren't going right, just because you miss some abilities or something. Doesn't mean you need to tilt. I'm not saying he's tilted, but in general, you really don't need to just overthink shit. You can die and make a mistake like he just did and come back, and who the fuck cares? It's a whole nother life, a whole nother, it's like a redo almost every single time. If you fuck up once, don't fuck up the same way again. So he fucked up there by just getting too ahead of himself and wasting abilities and just throwing them out for no reason without thinking what he was going to do off of the abilities. And move ahead. And when I'm saying this does not mean he's a bad player, because this happens to a lot. Like 90% of MOBA's players have like tilt or whatever you want to call it. They may misplay once and then they keep misplaying over and over and over again because they're freaking out too much. So for anyone in comments who says, oh, he's bad or this or that, your ass probably, there's like a 99% chance you've done the same thing, probably 20 times worse. So you saying that is just very ignorant. And if I went through and found one of your gameplays, I guarantee I could rip you to shreds. So let's just get that out of the way. This doesn't mean he's a bad player. Like I said, a lot of the top players tilt and mess up and make mistakes and have bad games because of it. Shit happens. The way it works. But you got to remember, it's not the end of the world if you die, if you make a mistake, if you're behind, shit happens. That's what your team is there for, and if you play off of your team, you can get yourself back in the game very easily. Use your fucking head. We're gonna skip ahead. It looks like they really have poor vision too still, so for the Thor to go in or ult or look for anything is very risky. And he's really playing it smart by not trying to all in by himself. If you've noticed, the teleport is pretty irrelevant to me at this point. His team has started every single fight for him, and he's had good potential for amazing ult and weakening combos. Big ult there. That was a huge ult to make sure the fight goes in their way. He rushed his hammer throw there, and the Thanatos got a cleanup kill, which sucks. The Thanatos is doing work right now. Yeah, the Thanatos is really doing a good job with the counter engages. They're going to lose this fight for sure. So we're going to go ahead and back out. Yeah, they just got wiped. That should be a tier 2 and a gold fury for the other team. Oh, the other team didn't hit tier 2. So that fight all could have turned out worse, oddly enough. All their buffs are up at speed and blue, but invading without the ward control is really risky. We're just going to keep jumping ahead. Forcing a lot of fights in the duo lane, and they haven't gotten any gold furies other than the one they stole. Their Poseidon not being grouped up right now at 30 minutes, level 20, is really bad. He's way more worried about getting boars for the 100 gold rather than being with a team. Hammer throwing off by yourself without 5v5 fight, very bad. Put yourself in a horrible position and could waste your ult, your beads, or just fuck you up in general. That's a good ult. Oh no, he missed shit. Oh, I thought he had fatal. Oh my gosh. Do not get, he's gonna get executed. Yeah. Oh, he didn't even get executed. He needs to back and teleport in. Honestly, he doesn't have the mana. Maybe look for another hammer stun or a stun into a hammer throw, and then back out and teleport back into the fight. Because I'm thinking more right now at this point. So at that point, the fight was just going badly. He could see that. He knew that. He didn't look to go all in or anything. Right now, he's going in because I think he's kind of like, oh shit, I got to do something. He should have gone and pushed left. He could have gotten close to a tier 2 tower at this point. He's been running around kind of doing nothing for a little while. If a fight starts to go badly and there's very little chance of you controlling the fight, they have a Chunga for sustain. They're all relatively healthy. One of them's a little low, like 40%, but that's not that low with a Chunga. And your whole team's, all your ults are down. You already have 2 people down. I'm looking to split push on Thor. I would have gone straight to the left lane. I would have pushed it out and gone and gotten close to tier 2. And then I would have probably backed if I didn't get the tier 2, if I saw them all rotate to fire, and I would have been there to try to steal the fire. Right now, he's pretty irrelevant. Lazy back's really bad. He's not really doing anything. You got to realize that sometimes, especially when you have a guy like Thor who can split push very well and be very safe, especially since he hasn't beats in a while. He easily could have gotten some farm off of that. Granted, that might not win him the game. It'll just put him in a better position to win the game. It looks like they're chasing here. If he gets a kill, that's good. He does still have beads. It's just the see. I'm not going in. Yeah, I'm walking away. Is it good? Just hammer throw out. Just get a. That was horrible. That was a very, very bad choice of hammer throw. He easily could have just hammer threw into his speed buff and walked away. There was no reason to cut back into the lane. Even if he's baiting for the Medusa, he just needs to wait for the Medusa to get to him and then turn the fight instead of hammer throwing right in front of 4 people back into them. That was a very bad call. He didn't even beads to try to get the hammer throw off. It was just very, very poor choice. You can't make risky plays like that in a game where one decision can win or lose you the game. It's pretty straightforward. Always take the less risky, smarter play, which would have been just hammer throw to speed and walk to mid lane. You're a Thor. You could just keep walking away and stunning forever. That's like a throw type of play. You lose a lot of pressure being down for a minute. Trying to skip a little bit here just to see. I don't want to miss anything, obviously, but I'm not trying to sit here staring at him. They're not initiating fights anymore because they're behind 7K, so they're scared, and the other team is just on the full aggression. It looks as a really good Poseidon ult. His positioning right now is very, very bad. The position, you can't hammer throw in front of people. You can't be by yourself and hammer throw at any point in the game in front of 1, 2, 3, 4 people if you don't plan on actually killing anybody. That's just a very poor positioning. He was standing there in front of them, not really off to the side, not really doing anything, not in a good position to actually use abilities. He could have spun, but then he still would have been spinning and been turned on. His game is going a lot longer than it needs to. The other team should be taking more of an advantage off of what they have. I do like the ults to counter the Thanatos ults. His teammate got into the kills. It didn't do too much. Ooh, that was a very good combo. That was Medusa ult into the Thor double tap into the Bologna stun, which is very good to turn the fight. That was awesome. Now, he needs to focus whoever the whole team can get to. Okay, he should have waited on the hammer throw for the Hou Yi to go over the wall. Now is not the time. So I talked about split pushing when you're losing the fight. It would have just been so much safer for him to go and help finish off the 2 kills because that wave he cleared didn't do shit, and he lost a teammate out of it. He almost lost 2. They really don't have too much push potential now. They're not even going to kill the Khepri. That was a very poor use of abilities. Could have cut him off. It looks like the Isis is back in the fight too. Maybe they could kill the Isis. That'd be good. It'd just be a misplay by the other team. But yeah, it's almost like I told him to split push and he's listening right now. You only split push when it benefits your team or you don't have any other thing to do. Not when there's free kills, you can help your team secure them, and then you all could group up and push. We're going to go ahead and skip, though, because he's It looks like the next fight probably determines the game. They're down 6K. At this point, it's not the end of the game, but it isn't helpful. That's obviously an item on a lot of people. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're going to jump back. So he teleports over to duo lane. He initiates the fight, which is good. This is the first fight I think he's initiated and started, which is awesome. Taking the tower now. He doesn't have creep, so they're killing the tower super fucking slow. His Poseidon's not attacking the tower, which is stupid. His Poseidon should have turned on the tower with him a long time ago. Okay. This is really bad. That was partially his Poseidon being a dumb shit and his team chasing, which was dumb. Very, very bad on their part. That lost them the fight, period. If they just grouped up, taken the tower, they could have pushed together and finished them off into the tier 2. Now it looks like they're probably going to lose some major objectives off of this. Phoenix is going down. Phoenix is gone. That fight was in their favor 100%. ADC taken out instantly. Ice's ult dropped and wasted. They could have done so much more off of that. So much freaking more, dude. It's kind of annoying. That sucks. Oh, jumped too far ahead. Oh, what are you doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? What in the world was that? No. No, 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 no. You can't walk into people and then hammer throw in front of them, dude. You didn't have anyone on your team anywhere near you. You just baited your team into a fight. You can't just walk up and ward because you won a ward. That's not how the game works, man. Holy crap. You just threw the damn. Yeah, you just threw. Your team is picking up cleanup kills, which you're lucky for. That's a throw. Like a solo throw. For one, you walked right into 3 people just to drop a regular ward. Horrible. You're 20 minutes into the game. You can't do that shit. 40 minutes into the game, level 20 into the game. Can't do that shit. Number 2, you walked in and you hammer through at them instead of instantly. If I see somebody in front of me, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm a hammer throwing. I'm turning. I'm out instantly. Not trying to go in. That was really, really, really bad. In any situation, any god, you're not going in 1v. First of all, even if you assumed in your head that was 1v1, it was a very bad thing to assume because they're all alive and you have no fucking vision. You saw the Isis. Right after you saw the Isis, you saw the Thanatos. You're out. Any god, you're out. Unless you're just insanely ahead to try to just carry the game for whatever reason. That was very bad. That baited your whole team into the fight. And secured your. It looks like you're lost. They should just end. Yeah, if I'm them, I'm ending. The Minotaur's at 2 HP. You just go all in. Use 2 abilities. Game's over. That's the end of the clip. That's the end of the game. It's gonna sound bad because okay. How am I gonna word this? Let's think about this for a second. I'm gonna call you out when you give me some gameplays because this is gonna make you better. I'm not trying to rag on him. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Because I've thrown games before. When I was first starting in competitive, the first tournament I ever played in, we were in the playing to go to the finals. We were winning by 20,000 gold. We were on their Phoenix, and I fucking dove in and threw the game, and we lost. In our first tournament ever, which would have put us in the finals. So we would have gone from a team that no one knew to our first tournament going in and coming in first or second, probably second. Granted, as a new player, shit happens. You learn from your mistakes. I never did that again. I don't think I've ever thrown a game like that ever in my life, even in ranked or anything, ever again, because it's a shitty feeling. So, just a note to take from this. You threw the game. When it's late game, you can't take risky plays. Just like the whole game, you really want to take the least risky play. But late game, walking in is risky, let alone using an ability. So you really need to worry about that. Like I said, this doesn't mean he's a bad player. It's something for him to learn from. This is something for everyone who watches this to learn from. Ragging on someone like this, I probably in the game will be like, dude, you just threw the game. Like, you just lost us the fucking game. I wouldn't harp on it. I wouldn't message the guy afterwards. I would make sure he knew probably that he threw the game. So hopefully it didn't happen again. I might be a little mean about it because I tend to be mean about it. I tend to be an asshole sometimes. But I wouldn't bug the guy afterwards. I wouldn't think he's the shittiest player in the world. I would just hope he never did that again in my games. You really need to worry about your positioning and shit. When you're gaining ward control late game, which is what you were trying to do, you don't gain it by running in and dropping your wards. You gain it by grouping up as 5 and out pushing them back, and taking the ward spots that are key ward spots. That's how you get ward control. Hopefully you guys learned from this video. Hollywood, thank you for sending me this video, then sending me the clip to use. I'm sorry, it took me a little while to get online. Hopefully this teaches you a lot. I feel like I said a lot and taught a lot in this game. I feel like I got to say a lot of things that I usually don't get to say because I'm not the best Thor player at all, but I do know what you need to look for on Thor and how to do it correctly. So hopefully I can teach you a little bit. Hopefully you guys know how to play Thor a little bit better, and I will do some new coaching videos with the new meta changes coming very, very soon. I will see you all in the YouTube video tomorrow. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you like what you're watching. Would very, very much appreciate it. I have a shit ton of you who return and watch my videos and aren't subscribed. So if you just hit that sub button, if you're coming back, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'll see you in the YouTube video tomorrow.